Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News here on TV1, bringing you the news from the news desk. I am Sandro Satyajit. Now, before we go on to your news in detail, first, a look at your headlines.
3 people killed in shootings in the island over the past 24 hours. Health authorities say around 4 million people suffer injuries annually owing to various accidents. Core Group delivers statement on Sri Lanka. Crews race to find Titanic Sub Lost in the vast North Atlantic.
Welcome back onto your news in detail now. Making headlines across the world, a Titan submersible has gone missing just a few kilometers off the Canadian coasts. Now, according to the internal US government memo on the search, a sonar picked up banging sounds on Tuesday from underneath the water in the North Atlantic Ocean while searching for the submersible, with 5 people on board that went missing just 2 days earlier on a dive to the Titanic wreckage. Now, the crew searching for the Titan submersible had also heard banging sounds every 30 minutes and for hours late on Tuesday. Captain Jamie Frederick told reporters on Tuesday that the US Coast Guard and Navy, the Canadian military and Coast Guard and the vessel's parent company OceanGate Expeditions are working under a unified command to conduct the search. Frederick said this is a complex search effort which requires multiple agencies with subject matter expertise and specialized equipment. The OceanGate expedition costs $250,000 per person. According to the company's website, its trip starts in St. John's in the Canadian province of Newfoundland before heading out to the Titanic wreckage site hundreds of kilometers to the east. According to US Coast Guard estimates, the Titan has roughly 30 hours of oxygen remaining on board. Now we are going to cross over to the African continent in just a short while, where we'll have the latest on the ICC World Cricket qualifiers in just a bit. Now, before we cross over to Bulawayo in Zimbabwe, today's matches are very important. The 7th and 8th qualifier matches. Now, Scotland takes on Ireland and also Oman takes on the UAE as well simultaneously. Now, it should be noted that in the previous match, Ireland versus Oman, now Oman won by 5 wickets, even though Ireland put up a score of 281. But however, let's cross over to the matches today now and see what it's like over there in the African continent.
අයිබෝවන් 2023 ලෝක කුසලාන ක්‍රිකට් තරගාවලියේ සුදුසුකම් ලබා ගැනීමේ තවත් තීරණාත්මක තරගදිත්වයක් ආරම්භ කිරීමට මේ වන විට සියලු කටයුතු සූදානම් කරමින් තිබෙනවා. අද තරගදිත්වය පැවැත්වෙන්නේ මෙවර බී කාණ්ඩය යටතේ අයර්ලන්තයේ ස්කොට්ලන්තයට එරෙහිවත් ඕමානය එක්සත් අරාබි එමිරාජ්‍ය කණ්ඩායමට එරෙහිවත් සිම්බාබ්වේ බුලවායුවේදී තරග බිමට පිවිසීමට නියමිතව තිබෙනවා. ස්කොට්ලන්තය තරගාවලිය ආරම්භ කරමින් සහභාගී වන පළමු තරගයටයි මේ ආකාරයෙන් සහභාගී වන්නේ. ඔබ දකින්නේ බී කාණ්ඩයේ මේ වන විට ලකුණු සටහන දිස්වන ආකාරය. මේ ඒ කාණ්ඩයේ ලකුණු සටහන ඊයේ ලබාගත් දැවැන්ත ජයග්‍රහණයත් සමගින් සත්කාරක සිම්බාබ්වේ කණ්ඩායමට හැකියාව ලැබුණා ඒ කාණ්ඩයේ පෙරමුණ හිමි කර ගන්නට. කෙසේ වෙතත් මේ වන විට සුපිරි 6 දෙනාගේ තරඟ බිම තුල සිම්බාබ්වේ කණ්ඩායම සිය ස්ථානය බොහෝ විට තහවුරු කරගෙන අවසන්. අද තරඟ දිත්වයේ පැවැත්වෙන බී කාණ්ඩය අයර්ලන්තය නොසිතූ අයුරින් සිය පළමු තරගය ඕමානයට එරෙහිව කඩලු 5කින් පරාජයට පත් වුණා. අපි යනවා අද තරගයේ කාසීවා සුරගමන අවස්ථාව.
Andrew, I think you've got the coin. Heads is the call. It's come down ahead. Richie, what are you going to do?
We're going to look to have a ball first. I think it looks another good wicket, but I think just the early start here, just see if we can get anything out of the new ball, create a few early chances, and then put them under a bit of pressure to get a score on the board.
You're the last team to start in this group. Is that a disadvantage or an advantage because you'll have seen what the other teams are doing?
Yeah, look, we had a bit of a look the other day, keeping an eye on some of the results, but really I think ultimately it comes down to us today and executing what we're best at as a team, and we're, you know, it's a great opportunity in front of us, and we're looking forward to getting started.
You've seen the matches here so far. It's turned a little bit later on in the day. What have you made of conditions?
Yeah, look, I think generally conditions have looked quite good for batting. There has been a little bit, I think most of the teams have chosen to bowl first in a lot of the games. I said there might be something on offer with the new ball, with maybe some spin later in the day, but as I said, generally it looks a good batting surface that if you get in and you get a partnership going, you can sort of cash in towards the back end.
Ireland off the back of a defeat against Oman. Can you read anything into that?
No, not at all. I think, look, I'm sure the Irish will be looking to come back strong today. It's always an exciting fixture when Scotland take on Ireland, and I'd say one we're definitely looking forward to today.
Everyone fit? What's your side?
Yeah, everyone's fit. Today we've got Jack Jarvis, Ali Evans, Adrian Neil and Hamza Tahir sitting out.
All the best, and thanks very much for joining us this morning, Richie. Andy, what would you have done if you'd won the toss?
Doesn't make any difference. I think we've got to bat now and we've got to get the head down. Obviously we didn't get a win the other day, having batted first, but we learnt a bit from the surface, slightly different surface to what we played on last week here, but hopefully we can get the heads down and get a good score.
How do you put right what happened against Oman a couple of days ago?
I think the quick turnaround has helped. We had a good chat yesterday as a group, got a few things out in the table, but at the same time, you know, action speaks louder than words, and the chance to get out here and play a good Scotland team is a good way to bounce back.
You played here in the warm-up against the Netherlands, and spin was king on that particular occasion. You're expecting it to rule the roost again today?
I don't think it'll have as much of a say. I think it looks a bit of a better wicket, but I'm sure it will take a bit of spin, hopefully a bit later on when we have the ball in hand. But like I said, we've got 50 overs of hard work with the bat to get going.
Now, you spoke before the tournament about taking what Afghanistan did 5 years ago and the fact that they started slowly but still qualified. Can you draw on that today? Is it a must-win game for you, even at this early stage of the tournament?
Yeah, I certainly didn't want to go down that route, but now, having lost the first game, we've got to find a way to win games pretty quickly and get a bit of a run. So we know how this tournament goes. If you play our best cricket towards the middle and back end, you can still have a chance. So hopefully we can do that.
Any changes to your side today from the game against Oman?
Yeah, just the one. Curtis Camphor comes in for Graham Hume.
OK, all the best. Thanks very much for joining us this morning, Andrew. Well, the news from out here in the middle is that Scotland have won the toss and they've decided to bowl first.
Not too surprising that they have chosen to have a bowl first. We've spoken about this many times, about how fresh it is in the morning. I've got with me Preston Momsen and Mitchell McClanagan as well. Mitchell, starting with you, from Ireland's point of view, it is a quick turnaround, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a quick turnaround, obviously, of a disappointing loss to Oman. But look, hey, I don't think in the whole scheme of the competition it's going to matter too much. They've just got to win every game from here and they'll qualify and take those points forward.
Preston, big rivalry. We've spoken about it a lot, haven't we?
Absolutely. What a day for it. And I think Scotland will be absolutely delighted with winning the toss. They've won their last 11 out of 12 games where they've bowled first, so a real good start for them.
Oh, absolutely. A good start indeed. Winning the toss, choosing to have a bowl first. So let's look at the teams then. It will be Ireland batting first, Mitch, and they've made one change.
Yeah, they have. All accounts, Camphor comes back into the side. He's important. It was a big exclusion from the first match. It's going to add a lot with bat and ball. Paul Stirling at the top, 150 matches for Ireland. The skipper and Tector in the middle are going to be important to be able to shore up that innings. But the main strike weapon for Ireland is Little at the end. He's been impressive throughout and he bowls a lot of gas.
Preston, Scotland's first game.
Yeah, for Scotland, it's a team in transition. No Kyle Coetzer, no Callum McLeod, both Scotland's highest run scorers in the 2018 version of this event. But you still got Matthew Cross. He got 114 on this ground against the UAE in 2018. A new opening partner in Chris McBride. Brandon McMullen as well. New young player, very exciting to watch. A nice balanced team with some experience and youth coming through.
Now, we've spoken a lot about the rivalry between Scotland and Ireland. So we decided this morning to separate Preston Momsen and Niall O'Brien. We thought that was a little bit safer. So we sent Niall O'Brien out into the middle to give us a pitch report.
Thank you very much, Natalie. Well, it is absolutely beautiful out here. Minimum 15, max 23, glorious sunshine. This pitch resembles the R2. That is the highway between Harare and Bulawayo. It's a cracking surface. Scotland winning the toss, bowling first. I think that's massive. Why? Ireland are struggling to defend. When they've defended 8 times recently, they've struggled to defend that score 6 times. So Scotland in the chase, under the afternoon sun, should be very, very confident. Will it move off the straight for Scotland seams? I don't think so. So as an Ireland batter, you've got to give the bowlers 25 minutes. Say to the Scotland bowlers, Paul Stirling, I give you the first 25 minutes. After that, I can cash in. It's flat, it's sunny outside, it's a lovely, lovely surface. There should be absolutely no demons. A lot of runs in this wicket, Natalie.
So Niall O'Brien not expecting.
We'll keep you updated with the latest of the tournament as we go on in the coming few weeks. Now on to other news. The core group statement on Sri Lanka was delivered at the 53rd General Meeting of the United Nations Human Rights Council. Britain's Global Ambassador for Human Rights and Deputy Permanent Representative to the United Nations in Geneva, Rita French, delivered the core group statement on Sri Lanka at the 53rd General Meeting of the United Nations Human Rights Council. She said that they welcome Sri Lanka's initial steps towards addressing concerns around land returns, long-term detentions and corruption, adding that these steps can provide a basis to begin a process to protect the rights of all Sri Lankans from all ethnic and religious communities. She further noted that they remain concerned by the continued use of the Prevention of Terrorism Act and that they acknowledge an ongoing effort to replace the PTA and urge the government to ensure that terrorism legislation is consistent with Sri Lanka's international obligations. The core group statement further called on Sri Lanka to work with the High Commissioner and his office and remain ready to support Sri Lanka in addressing HRC Resolution 51-1. In tragic news, 3 people were killed in shootings that took place in several areas of the island in the past 24 hours. Sri Lanka police said that the shootings were reported from Kottava, Koskoda and Homagama. At 8 a.m. this morning, an individual was shot dead near the Darunpala Vidyalaya in Kottava. Sri Lanka police said that the shooting had taken place at a medical laboratory near the school. Sri Lanka police said an unidentified individual on a motorbike had carried out the shooting using a T-56 firearm. The deceased is a 33-year-old. One person was shot dead in Hiddaruwa, Koskoda. Police media spokesperson SSP Nihal Taldua said that 2 unidentified motorcycle gunmen had shot him at his residence and fled the scene. The deceased was a 52-year-old working as a tour guide. Meanwhile, another individual was shot dead in Niyandagala, Homagama. Sri Lanka police said that an unidentified group had shot him at his residence on Tuesday night and fled the scene. The victim, who sustained serious injuries, succumbed upon admission to the Homagama hospital. The deceased was a 46-year-old resident of Niyandagala, Homagama. Investigations are underway to arrest the suspects. In other news, health authorities say that 4 million people suffer injuries annually owing to various accidents. Dr. Samita Siritunga of the Non-Communicable Disease Unit of the Health Ministry says that around 1 million people are treated in government hospitals annually due to various accidents. He also points out that such accidents are the strongest health concerns in Sri Lanka. He added that the number of deaths due to such accidents is over 12,000 annually. Meanwhile, over 1,000 people have died in road accidents during the year. Sri Lanka police said nearly 900 accidents occurred during that period. 3 people have been injured in motor accidents over the past 48 hours. A vehicle that was travelling from Pusellava had veered off the road in Sankuwar, Pusellava on Tuesday, injuring its passengers. The injured were residents of Pusellava. Our correspondent reported that during the time of the accident, an infant had been in the vehicle. However, the infant has not sustained any injuries. Sri Lanka police said that the driver of the vehicle had allegedly fallen asleep, resulting in the accident. 2 people were admitted to the hospital after they sustained injuries in an accident that occurred when a van and a lorry carrying rice collided in Pasyala. 5 people were in the van which were travelling from Katunayaka to Mavanalla. Our correspondent stated that the accident had taken place as a result of the driver not being able to control the speed of the van. The injured have been admitted to the Vatupitipala hospital. The LOLC Divisavya program that aims to support the education of Sri Lankan children across the island took place in the Norelia district.
The LOLC Divisavya program gives school books and stationery equipment to the most impoverished students in the country, ensuring a brighter future for them. This worthy initiative is a collaboration between the LOLC group and the Ministry of Education. Many students from the Kudaoya Mahavali Janapada Vidyalaya, Verilage Tamil Vidyalaya, Blackwater Tamil Vidyalaya, Kenilver No. 1 Tamil Vidyalaya, Coolbovin Tamil Vidyalaya, Homagama Vidyalaya, Minuandeniya Sinhala Vidyalaya, Kolhenegama Vidyalaya and Kehelwarava Vidyalaya were provided with school books and stationery equipment this morning. The LOLC Divisavya program will continue to ensure a better future for all school children in Sri Lanka.
That's all the news for now. For more information on these stories and others, visit our website at www.newsfirst.lk and our social media pages as well. Bringing you the news from the news desk, I'm Sandro Sathiju signing off. Have a beautiful day.